how terrain influences weather in various parts of Asia. In a previous lecture, we have learned how terrain influences vegetation. Similarly, terrain also influences weather conditions. Let us learn this with the aid of examples. The Himalayan mountains take birth in the Pamir Knot, northeast of Afghanistan, and stretch all the way till northern Vietnam. This mountain chain effectively separates tropical Asia from the temperate zone. The mountain chain is the birthing suite for many river systems, including Ganges, Brahmaputra, Indus, Yamuna, Hongho, Yangtze-Kiang, Tsangpo, Mekong, among other dozens of smaller rivers. All these rivers are snow-fed, but flow down to the tropical plains, supporting fertile alluvial soil and vast tracts of arable land. The mountain chains offer a wall protecting the tropics from the cold winds of the grasslands north of the Pamir Knot. The snow-clad mountains of Himalayas and Tibet melt to feed the Himalayan rivers of Ganges, Brahmaputra, Indus, Yamuna, Hongho, Yangtze-Kiang, Tsangpo, and Mekong. These rivers carry with them not just alluvial soil, but also generous supplies of mineral deposits. The floodplains of these rivers and the tracts watered by the changing course of these rivers support a diverse biological and zoological diversity. These features support natural features like wet evergreen rainforests, submontane forests, mangrove forests, grasslands, deciduous forests, shrub forests, etc. These biomes in turn act as catchment area and also as a sponge for the humidity. Without the catchment area, rainfall patterns would be affected, and that leads to a cog in the climate change cycle. The Himalayan mountains are the barricade for the southwest monsoon clouds that circulate over the Indian Ocean and head inland towards the landmass in tropical Asia. When the monsoon-laden clouds hit the mountains, the clouds burst into rain, soaking the Indian subcontinent in the spectacular monsoons. The spectacle of the southwest monsoon winds turning westward after hitting the Himalayas accounts for the spread of the monsoons across the Indo-Gangetic fertile plains. The westward progress of the monsoons is halted after the clouds clash with the Suleiman mountain range of the Hindu Kush fold mountains in Afghanistan. The westward progress of the monsoon clouds corresponds to the rainfall pattern. Before this cataclysmic clash of the cores, there is unsurpassed humidity on the landmass in the subcontinent. The heat and dust of the pre-monsoon summer is appropriately cooled down by the monsoonal rains. Ironically, the fury of the southwest monsoons drenches North India thanks to the natural barricade of the Himalayan peaks, and the northeast monsoons lash large parts of South India. When the southwest monsoons arrive in the subcontinent, they clash first with the western Ghats, soaking the mountain ridges on India's west coast in monsoon. The rains sustain the wet evergreen-rich rainforests on the western Ghats. The biodiversity hotspot thrives with its rich and unique flora and fauna. The intensity of the southwest monsoons is felt best on India's west coast. After unleashing its moisture burden on the western Ghats, the clouds progress inland in a northeastern direction, gathering moisture from the catchment area in the Deccan Plateau. When the rain-bearing clouds cast their spell on peninsular India, it lacks the same density of moisture content. That is because the monsoon clouds have to replenish their moisture content as they head towards the northeast to collide against the Himalayas. The catchment areas for moisture accumulation are the Vindhyas, Satpuras, and Aravalli hill ranges. By the end of June, the monsoon clouds clash against the Himalayan peaks. It is part of Mother Nature's grand cycle. In fact, the hinterland of peninsular India is largely a rain shadow area for the southwest monsoon. Peninsular India gets the rains from northeast monsoons. The lower Himalayas in northeast India receive the highest rainfall year-round because the area receives both southwest and northeast monsoons. Cherrapunji on Assam-Meghalaya border in India is the spot with the second highest rainfall in the whole world. The precipitation in Cherrapunji is 11,777 millimeters and it receives on an average of 22,987 millimeters of rain. The northeast monsoons, which bring in moisture from the westerly winds, descend from the Himalayas to tropical Asia. These winds precipitate the moisture gathered from the East China Sea and bring them past the Himalayas towards peninsular India. The northeast monsoons begins immediately after the withdrawal of the southwest monsoons and lash India's east coast, Bangladesh, Andaman Nicobar Islands, Sri Lanka and parts of western Sumatra in Indonesia. If the northeast monsoons bless South India, they also bless the north and east of Sri Lanka. The northeast monsoons move south past the equator and hit the southeast coast of Africa by January end, heralding the monsoons in southern Africa. After dumping the moisture from the clouds on southern Africa, the ocean currents swirl up more moisture in early March and the westerlies start their northeastward motion again. By 11th April, the showers are due on Buddhist New Year in Sri Lanka, and exactly a week later, pre-monsoon showers and thunderstorms start making their presence felt on the islands of Lakshadweep and extreme southwest coast of Kerala in India. The complete agricultural cycle in the entire subcontinent as well as in tropical Asia is synchronous to the arrival and withdrawal of monsoons. This agricultural cycle comprises of sowing, husbanding, growing, harvesting, shipment, procurement and marketing of agricultural produce. The seasons are also in synchronicity to the heritage of traditions in the entire region of tropical Asia. The onset of monsoons coincides with the Buddhist New Year in April in Sri Lanka. The long-suffering people, challenged to come to terms with the heat and humidity, eagerly await the rains that virtually chases the heat away. But a strange kind of humidity then settles on the island nation, beckoning the tired souls to a rewarding breath of crisp, fresh air in the highlands. The monsoon period of April and May are awash in festivities in Sri Lanka. The Buddhist New Year is followed by Vesak Poya, Buddha Jayanti, many other festivities associated with the life and times of the learned Buddha, and Posun Poya. It synchronizes with the beautiful offerings that Mother Nature bestows on the people of Sri Lanka during the monsoons. When the monsoon clouds hit the highlands of Sri Lanka, or for that matter Thailand, Laos or Vietnam, the clouds unpack their moisture and precipitate the humidity. The result is a grand and colorful enrichment of the earthen bounty. The humid air moistens, facilitating the blooming of orchids, flowers and varieties of rice. Rice seems the most natural crop in the water-retaining red soil types of Thailand. Similarly, in Sri Lanka, the humidity and moisture together combine the greatest soil enrichment, even in the thin mountain air, supporting the surplus growth and trade of tea.